right, we're starting. Welcome. Good morning. Hi. Let's oh, we came to order even earlier. 7:32 this month.
Congrats to us.
Yeah. Let's see. We have any public comments?
Public up there.
I know that Carrie always has like a
Want to do an icebreaker?
icebreaker. I like, yeah, I would just go ahead and check in, just to see where we're all at in the spring.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to start with the folks virtually?
Yeah. Is there a specific question you want them to answer?
Now just check in on how you're feeling. What's come to mind on your mind, and help us kind of connect with each other. How are your pets? Your fur babies, things like that, your human babies or homework.
I'll start since I'm here. My cat is thrilled that I'm actually in my house this morning, so that's nice. I am excited about this weekend to play in some dirt, move some dirt, and plant my garden, which I should have done before now, but haven't had a bit of time. So I'm just excited about being outside, rain or shine. It's the first weekend off in a long time, so yay me.
Oh,
Yay.
yeah, yay you for sure.
Who wants to go next?
You assign us, you tell us.
Megan, go.
Okay.
Next.
Okay. Looking forward to the nice weather, and I'm going to Palm Springs on Saturday. And
Ooh,
so I'm looking forward to that too.
that'll be nice. How about you, Julie?
Well, let's see. I was in Palm Springs a couple weeks ago, which was great. My fur babies are also happy I'm home because I traveled a lot in February and March, including about a 2-week trip to India, which was amazing.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it was actually for the college because we're doing some partnership building with universities over there. And what else? And I am looking forward to the first camping trip this weekend of the season.
Oh,
It'll be a little chilly, but it'll be fun.
Oh, I love camping.
hi.
Yeah. Thanks. Nice to see everyone.
Hi, Carrie.
Hi.
How about you, Elijah? We're kind of checking in, going around. What are we looking forward to? How our fur babies are going? Elijah.
Or human babies.
My dog's awesome. She's a German Shepherd. And
Oh,
7 years old.
nice.
Oh.
The school's going good?
What are you looking forward to?
Probably finishing the year.
Being then.
Yeah.
You have senioritis yet?
I'm a junior.
He's a junior.
Oh, you're a junior.
after
Oh,
one more year on
yay.
youth council.
Yeah.
Yay.
Right on. Carrie.
Am I next? Well, we have a puppy who just got his first haircut, and he is humorous looking, but very cute. But I think the fur baby is the update that we spent a week in Texas for my kids' spring break with my sister-in-law and her family at their farm. And my kids are in love. Like, we collected eggs every day, we fed goats, and it was 90 degrees and beautiful and awesome. And then I came back to like a 41-degree.
Right.
Yeah, that's and I'm looking forward to the school year being done. I feel like every season's like the next thing. There's always more to be planning for summer and next year and all that. So and thanks for everyone who came to the Your Presence Matters breakfast. We smashed past our goal. Our highest goal ever was 60,000, and this year we raised 79,000.
Good. Nice.
Wow.
That's
Yeah,
good.
we're proud of it. So,
Really good.
thanks for your
totally
support.
forgot.
No worries. No worries. Your presence matters, even if it's
My spirit was there.
Exactly.
And I was like, oh my
Exactly.
gosh, I forgot.
Yeah.
Very good.
Well, and Jordan always does such a good job.
He's really good. Yeah.
Nice to see. I have a question about that. So I did sign up to be a mentor, but then I was doing the application that says something about 2 packets or something that I needed to download. I'm like, have them, they're not on my computer, so I'll talk about
Okay.
how I can.
Welcome, Alicia.
Hi, Alicia. And Mary Moss joined us.
Oh, hi, Mary.
Deputy Mayor Moss joined us. All right. Alicia and Mary, you just joined us. We're just kind of checking in right now. Alice wants to check in, see how we're doing, how our fur babies or real babies are doing, and also what you're looking forward to this spring or this weekend. You want to hop back up there? You want to stay around the table?
Oh, how about you?
My fur babies are good. Actually, one of them found a baby bunny in the yard 2 days ago. My husband and I brought it in, which I know we're not supposed to, but we didn't know if Lola had named it or what. So we brought it in and then put it in a box. Went out to dinner last night, came back home, and the bunny was no longer in the box. Can't find it in the house anywhere.
Oh, no.
Neither dog got it. So I don't know.
Now you have a rogue bunny in your house.
Got a little baby
Big
bunny
bunny.
somewhere roaming around my house.
So are you putting lettuce out and stuff?
We put lettuce, and then last night I went and got some goat's milk and I was trying to feed it. So,
So you found it? Or
no,
that
I'm
was
sorry.
before?
I was before we went to dinner.
Okay.
So
Nice.
I might have a new baby bunny. I don't know.
Okay.
What am I looking forward to? I'm gonna go back down to Southern or Northern California, and it'll be my aunt's 80th birthday on the 26th. So my uncle and I rented our same cabin and we're gonna go see her wherever her ashes are at Bodega Bay. So I'm looking forward to that.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
How about you?
Well, I will celebrate longevity of animals. I had to put my kitty down last Friday.
Oh,
Jeez. Yeah.
sorry. Okay. Oh, gosh, this was not a good question.
No, I'm so
But she
sorry.
was 18, so
Oh, she
longevity.
lived a
Yes,
good
yeah.
life.
Totally.
Yep, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow night's celebration, scholarship dinner
Yeah,
for, at Clover Park.
I'll be there.
that's awesome.
And
Oh,
youth
thank
council
you.
students will be there volunteering, so.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
And then we want to kick it to Alicia or Mary Moss, Council Member Moss,
Deputy Mayor Moss?
Deputy Mayor Moss, sorry. Oh, you're muted.
She has so many titles.
Mary, you're muted. Nope. There you are.
There.
Okay, good morning, everybody. I had every intention of being there. I looked at the clock and it was 7:25 and I thought, not gonna make it. I'm having trouble with my allergies this morning, but just hearing what you've said, I have no furry babies. But I do have a son that's here and he's striving and doing great and taking care of mother. And I got to send him a text because we text each other every morning and I haven't sent that text today. So keeping that going. So what am I looking forward to? I think I'm looking forward to getting off from under some of the pressure that I'm under with all the things that's going on around me and with the organizations and everything that I'm with. I'm really pushed to the max. And so I'm looking at some relief time. And today seems to be one of those days that I'm going to have a chance to take some rest. which is
Nice.
Good.
Yeah. So I don't know what the other question was.
What are you looking for? Oh, well, that was it. You answered it.
Oh, good.
Alicia?
Hello, can
Hi.
you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I'm sorry if it's loud. I'm on the bus right now.
Oh, you're on the bus?
Yes.
Okay.
So I have 2 dogs. One is a Belgian Malinois and Chesapeake Retriever, and then the other one is, and he is like 6 years old. And then I have another one. She's a puppy. She is an English and French bulldog. She's like maybe almost a year old, I think. And because we just got her a few months ago. So. And they are doing pretty good. And something I'm looking forward to
Stop requested to remain seated until the bus comes to a complete stop.
going on my run on Saturday.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Where
my
are
mom
you-
and I. Sorry,
No, where are you going, Alicia, on Saturday?
on a run.
Oh, nice.
My mom and I are training for a half marathon.
Wow, good for you.
Alicia.
You inspire us.
I love that you're doing with your mom too. That's cool.
Yeah, she's already run a half marathon. So she just invited me to do the Great Ferry race, I think it was called. We go on a ferry to, I forgot which island, but then we run on the islands.
Cool. Okay,
I
that
think it was
sounds,
Bainbridge Islands.
that sounds really cool.
So yeah.
Okay.
And great weather for that. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you all for checking in. I always find that it's important and it helps us kind of see each other more than the work that we're here to do.
And you too, but.
And me, yes. So I am actually, well, I'm always just like this, except for this past few weeks where I keep having to go to meetings. But I am going to hang out with Kimi, and we're going to go to Spokane and see Josh Johnson, who is a comedian, and have lots of laughs and fun and just chill.
Nice.
I like it.
So yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. I totally have a bunch of those bluebells all over my yard that I should have, knocked out, but nope, they're gonna just make more babies for next year. So next year I'll be doing that. But yeah, so that's what I'm really looking forward to. There's a conference that's bringing people together to support immigrants and refugees. And so that'll be on Saturday. So I'll be back to participate in that. And this whole week was kind of like that. It's just working on those things. So yeah, it'll be fun.
Important work.
And my fur babies are my ex has our fur babies full custody. So I just
Oh.
do them when he's away. But it's good because now I can do lots of work. And so yeah, that. Sorry about you.
Oh, that's all right. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you
Part of
all.
life, a hard part of life, isn't it?
Yeah.
Worse.
So we have approval of the March meeting minutes. Has everybody looked at them? They're here.
Yeah.
Do you need to have them posted on the chat for the folks virtually? Or did you do your
No.
homework?
Does anybody want me to bring the minutes up or did you read them when I sent them out?
The only correction I have is
Yes.
that I was not gone. I was there.
Have you was gone?
Ooh, that's a big one.
That is.
I mean, it's not that big, but
It even says that you said something.
yeah.
I will make that change.
Sorry.
I was probably late or something.
Okay.
But with that correction, I moved to approve the minutes.
Okay.
Second. Okay. Do I get
Yeah.
second? It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor of approving the meeting minutes for March, say aye.
I.
Oh, all of you are muted.
You're all
You're nodding. so
Megan's
that's
slow
good.
nod. I love it. Yes.
So the ayes have it. Any abstentions? I think everybody said aye, so.
I think, yeah, other than Julie wasn't there, so she's gonna abstain, but
Okay. All right, the ayes have it. It's been approved. Moving on, thank you for that. Moving on, we have the Youth Summit debrief.
Yeah, so, I'll go ahead. All in all, it was a good day. I mean, we had 238 students register, so I have to say, the youth council really went out there and spread the word and marketed the event. I think next year, just work on follow through with reminding individuals of the event, realizing that youth kind of see this way. This is what Ron Banner was telling me. They see this way. So you've got to always just kind of get in there and be a reminder. And I think next year, what I'd like to do is set up some sort of phone banking. Take the list of registrants and just call. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow, which was a great idea that Ron had brought up. I think we had about 100 students that attended. So that's good. It was more than the last 2 years. Happy with. The breakout sessions seem to be really good. Lakewood's Promise, they came in, not Lakewood's Promise, Lakewood's Choice came in last minute during last week and set up a panel interview. And the students that came out of that one seemed really, really happy with it. Next time I'd like to give them a little bit more time because Lakewood's Choice felt rushed in their presentation. So, and they'd like more time with the youth. So I'll figure out how I can kind of do that next year with them, or depending on what the youth council says that they'd like the format of their next year's event to be. But all in all, I think we had about 24 vendors. Some of them interactive, really liked the fact that there were the mannequins or the dummies out there, and the individual, I think that was Pierce Fire, were able to learn how to, or practice with the dummies, how to give some sort of life-saving methods. The Chick-fil-A was a huge hit. I had ordered enough for about 250 people. And so these youth were just like piling their plates. That was a hit. We had the community art piece, which that went well as it too. It's not finished. It's leaning up against a wall in here. I think during one of our last meetings, I'd like us to, as the youth council, to sit down and maybe work on it, paint the outer edges, finish things up, so that we can find a place here in City Hall to hang it. What were your highlights, Elijah?
One of the workshops, I don't know which one it was, but it was about connecting. And we had a group of people. One of the activities where we had to make a bridge with these like big puzzle pieces you see in kindergarten. And then what you had to do was that your group couldn't step off them, and then you had to keep bridging forward until you got to a certain thing, and you couldn't step off the puzzle pieces. And they're really small too.
Really?
So it was like kind of like rafting.
Yeah.
It was fun because everyone kept falling.
Just kind of like a team building
Yes.
activity. It's fun. I love that.
That's good. Who taught it? Do you remember?
It was the one about making connections. Can't remember who it was, but that was my favorite workshop.
Okay. Good, nice. Alice, as a facilitator, how did your experience go?
Well, I think there's I think the first session, we had presentation, we had the technology snafu, and we did a brief presentation, had some nods with the young people. And so I kind of switched it with the second session to kind of get a little more idea of what are some of the things that we could do, better as adults to support young folks. I know you guys all heard that. And so I dug in a little more with Elijah and the few young people that were there, and what it means to, make it fun and learning.
Yeah.
And, you shared, do you mind if I shared what you shared?
Yeah.
The fact that this pandemic really made it challenging for young people to engage and even have the practice to engage interacting with each other.
Yeah.
Whereas some of the different generations we had more of, we had the sand lots, where the kids didn't, they all just came together and played with each other in the neighborhood, and we don't have those things. And so those things, and then being in school and interacting with each other, through all the years, is important to help with the interactions. And, Elijah mentioned that, one of the things of losing, half of the registrants could be because, people are not comfortable going into a space because they might not have that social skill practice. And I wanted to say that that's like that for adults too. And so it really inspired me of, what can we do and add more play and interactive things. And it made me, and when you mentioned about the bridge thing, it reminded me of, you know, those fun team building exercises, you know, the ropes courses, things like that, that you can do simply. And I remember doing that when I was in high school and even as adults. And so, so I think that as we think about activities and talking to, you know, all the providers who provide things for young people and adults, you know, having that kind of a focus is important. One of the you know, just talking about us at CEL, one of our strategies is lifting up volunteerism. And why I like volunteerism is because it's one thing. Everybody has a end goal and they're just working together to get to that end goal, and they don't the end goal, and they're not really focusing on each other, but they have to communicate with each other in order to do it. And that takes off the pressure of, you know, feeling like you have to interact in a certain way. As an introvert and a shy person, I love volunteerism. That's how I get to know people without having to get to know you. And that's why I love that strategy for community building. And so I think that, and also it's time and time, and it's generational, where the adults are here wanting to engage with young people and the young people want to engage with the adults, but we don't have a good mechanism to marry that. And even with one of the young people, he already had a business and he wanted to connect more. And I'm like, well, you know, what about your mayor? He's like, oh yeah, I know my mayor. I was like, yes, go talk to your mayor so that he can and you're already connected, because that's what I was going to do for him, was connect him to his mayor. And and so it sometimes we need to, even though people know the folks, to actually, you know, be that extra hand to, you know, walk the person to X. And that's what we all do as adults. We like, oh, do you know Lamarco? Here,
Yeah.
you know, here is his contact information. Let me connect. And it's the same thing for you. So in that session, you know, for me, it really helped to affirm and then rethink, you know, when we talk about fun, what does that really mean? And to be honest, Elijah, I thought that you all were going to be at the previous session to the event so that I could pick your brain more on creating the session, and then you were all out on spring break. So that was on me, that I didn't know your spring breaks because I don't have children, and it was like, ah, crap. So so yes, the next time will be much better.
Thank you. I want to thank individuals from Lakewood's Promise who showed up to support the youth as a volunteer. And Joyce, you arrived very early.
For sure.
But if you have any recommendations, you know, what we can do next year, I'm always happy to bring that to the youth. We have Elijah in the room who will be, yay, with me next year. Well, I'm assuming.
I'm just
Ooh, that was good.
But always looking for ways to improve the event for the youth. You know, from all perspectives, really. Again, my whole mission on this is to make it something that our youth look forward to each year. So always open to great ideas. I was actually thinking I had a great idea as I was trying to fall asleep, but of setting the date early on and then tasking the youth council, next year's youth council. I want you to go out there, talk to 10 people about it, get them to register, follow through, and make sure they attend. And then at the end, like, you know, whoever gets the most people to attend through the youth council, maybe there's some, you know, some prize at the end or something within the lines of what we can do. So I don't know. I'm already thinking about next year. But all in all, another great year under our belt. I thought the adults were having more fun with the camera than the youth. It was so cute. So anyway, that was that.
Kids at play.
Exactly.
I really like the idea of setting it. I also am a fan of having it the same day of the week of the month of the year. Because then it allows for everybody to plan and it helps adults plan, especially, vendors and sponsors so
Mhm.
that they know that this is an annual thing. And then also young people, and so we don't have any conflicts, and the people who really want to be there will put it on their calendar and it's like an annual date that they go, or it's, whatever that is.
I like that. Okay.
Yeah. I think spring break, that's a double-edged sword.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
figure out
We'll
how it
get
is.
there.
I need
I
to
am
print
so
out the Clover
confident
Park
we'll get there.
calendar.
You can subscribe if you have an online calendar. If you go to their website,
Mhm.
on the calendar website, you can like subscribe to their calendar and turn it off and on your
Oh, okay.
phone or whatever.
Okay.
Fancy.
Want
Okay, anything else?
You can print it out too, but
so. Yeah, I think we're good with the.
Okay, and then I'm super bummed about the cooking and crafts event that we
It's-
had to postpone.
Yeah. So, we need to market it a little bit more. We had created a flyer with QR code and there was no signups. So just kind of last minute conversation with youth council agreed that, let's push it out 2 weeks. And got the flyer into Clover Park School District. What we're doing is trying to go to the feeder schools for Tillicum neighborhood. So you've got Clover Park High School and then Claudia Thomas Elementary. So I got the flyer to Amari. Amari asked that I get her the flyer and she'd get it into the middle school. And then Elijah and some of the students over at Clover Park have the flyer. I'm keeping it at 40 just for room capacity's sake and then food's sake. Was it 4 of us? 4 of us met at Michael's. Yeah, 4 of us met at Michael's last Thursday, I think it was. And the youth
Field trip.
council.
All right, that's
Yeah, and they went and broke up into 2 teams and went and found, I gave them each a budget and they went out and found their supplies. For they're gonna make bracelets, keychains and necklaces and the participants could take those home. We still have the caterer that Elijah has been bringing on board and they're prepared to be there on the 9th. So as of this morning, I had 8 students that had signed up.
Yay.
So I'll continue tracking that and we'll just continue getting the word out. Yeah, but I'm looking.
And it's
forward
at
to
the
it.
community center?
It's at the Tillicum Community Center. It starts at 5:30. Probably start the smash burger thing at about 6 and yeah, just make crafts and it's just a way for, the youth council, one of their goals is to reach out to those students, those youth that don't have, kind of they don't have the means or they're just not kind of they haven't found their crew. So
Yeah, they're not connected.
yeah, they're not connected. So helping them connect. So I'm looking forward to the event. Would love to have any of you drop by to share in
You
the
said
fun
the
with
9th,
us.
right? The 9th?
It's the 9th,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is a Friday.
Yeah.
Who's doing the smash burgers?
What is her name? It's
Myra.
Myra.
It's Myra.
And she's a
She,
caterer.
She owns one of the restaurants in South Tacoma Way. It looks like the bigger place, Radner's Tacoma. And she makes smash burgers.
Nice, good.
And her whole purpose, she's part of the Filipino community, and just really likes to give back to youth. So is always looking for ways to do that. And Elijah, very early on in our year, brought that forward and doing the connecting and
Oh, thanks for
so-
making that connection.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
That's fine.
Do you want to send us the flyer so that we can share or
Did
not?
I not?
Or did I not see it because my
I-
life is crazy?
I'll send it again.
I think we have a version of it. I don't know if it has the right date. I
Okay.
can't remember what.
Again,
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, I'm kind of careful about opening it up too broad.
Right.
Because we do want just those, just
From
like
that area.
40. And also I'd like it really to be from that area. I don't want to shut it off to you, but if we can concentrate it in the Tillicum neighborhood to help Jesse
Yeah.
to really reach out. I mean, the community center has taken on some changes in management and in aesthetics, and Jesse is working out there tirelessly to bring events there and more attention and have that really be a meeting space. Yeah, I mean, I'm
Well, you
happy.
mentioned Claudia Elementary, so
Yeah.
I live right by
Middle school,
Claudia.
Oh,
Yeah.
Or
Claudia,
Claudia,
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. I really need to brush up on these.
No worries, no worries.
So I live right around there, so,
Okay.
so I thought that I could just bring
Yeah.
some flyers and say, hey.
Absolutely. Yeah. If you want to hang around after, I can print some flyers up for you.
Yeah,
Okay.
yes,
Thank you.
like I literally live like couple blocks away.
I do think this is a little, not this event, I love the idea of like connecting people plus something fun, but like people showing up to things, it's a little chicken and the egg, right? We were just talking about if I don't feel connected, I won't show up to an event, but I need something to make me feel connected. Like I think sometimes young people need to be invited and sometimes they need an excuse. Well, I'm only going for awesome smash burgers, right? Like,
Yeah.
and then they show up and then they realize, oh, this is so much fun and now I'm connected and now I like, um, so raffle prizes or something that's like, well, I'm only going for that so they can pretend like,
Oh,
like
yeah.
I'm not scared and I'm gonna, because I do think we all are, adults included, are more likely to show up to a thing if it feels like I'm connected, I know who I'm going, and that's why you're having events.
Right.
But then sometimes it's people don't show up because of that. So
Right.
we got to push on. What I love about this is even though you had low signups, it didn't say oh, no one wants to do it. No, that's not why. Like, yeah. So
Yeah.
keep
And it
trying.
takes time to build, even for us, like we have to also work on our brand so the adults, trust us so that they will be bringing their kids. And then you all have your brand and you're working with your peers to come. And so it takes time to build momentum of things, right?
Mhm.
I mean, your fundraiser, like
Yeah.
early on, it was a smaller
Exactly.
group and it keeps building and then you're making more money. You're raising money.
Yeah.
So, yeah. My thing is not to be discouraged because this is our first year doing it. It's going to take some time, just like the youth summit. It's growing every year because of that. So.
Yep. And young people in the Tillicum neighborhood have specifically asked for community-based programming so they can get to know their neighbors and they can get to know each other. So
This
I
would be a
can,
good time to apply that practice of calling the day before and saying,
Mhm.
looking forward to seeing you there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I can let you guys know that you're not the only ones that's struggling with attendance at any
Yeah.
events. It's all over. I went to a military affairs meeting yesterday and I couldn't believe how few the people were there when it used to be you have to get there early to get a seat. So people have disengaged. And
Yeah.
I understand, I hear what you're saying. How do we make them feel connected again? That's something that a lot of organizations are struggling with.
Mhm.
That's same, Mary. We had Park Appreciation Day and we had very low turnout compared to what we've had in past years, even though we've, I think, done consistent marketing. But again, what we found over the last many years with our events is that there's this transient community. You have to keep telling your story because just because you had a big success one year, there's a whole
Yeah.
set of people coming the next year. And so like we
Yeah.
did surveys with our farmers market and such, and it was like one year or several years ago, it was like 60% of the people, it was their first time visiting. It was like, oh my God, we have the most amazing market in the universe, and this is their first time, which tells us, that we have to keep telling our story. And I think there's some challenges with our communications too. It's like,
Yeah.
a creative or a new or fresh way of telling the story or doing those connections or even just telling our successes, right? We're always moving to the next thing, but really sharing those successes. So
Yep.
But anyway, same situation.
Yeah, and once we get them in the room or space, there's also the folks who come and, identify them and, engage with them too. Because if they come into the space and then they have their smash burger, but they didn't have anybody else to talk to them,
Yeah.
then they're like, this is not so fun. And then
Yeah.
they don't come back. And then they tell their friends, this was not a good experience.
Yeah.
And then, so it's multiple strategies that we need. So even with the 40 young people that come, or however many young people who come, there's also the council, youth council that, identifies, okay, we're going to talk to this, divvy the folks up, because it's
Yeah,
kind
make
of
sure no
like
one's
case
left out.
management, you're case managing, the participants and the adults, so that you're able to give that hospitable experience, so people will come back and they'll, sign up for, future future little pings to say, hey, where's the next event? So there's quite a few things to do in this.
And speaking of that, we can move on to our next
Next one,
topic.
yay. Our summer event.
Yeah,
Is
so
that the finance one that we were thinking about?
we're talking about a finance one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so we're
but
gonna,
something fun.
yes. So Elijah, maybe you might want to zoom in on the meeting if you're available, and we can also move it. We have a meeting with Clinton Taylor to see if he's able, or, just kind of have a preliminary conversation. And maybe you're the, I'm not to put that on you, but I think having your, or some of your peers on that call as well would be able to help us, drive it to the way that you're wanting it, or else it's going to be a bunch of us, trying to foresee what is fun.
And when is that? Did we?
That was like May 7th.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I can pull it up.
And there are other options. Somebody brought to my attention. There's a gentleman in Tacoma. His name's Corbett Mosesley. And I remember Corbett when I was working for Tacoma. So he and his family got together and they made this, it says Tacoma Family creates board game to tackle financial literacy. It's called Success Factors. And it gamifies goal setting, investing, and financial planning. And I haven't looked into what it is to purchase it, but it's just another option. Again, it's if I can send out a link to it.
It's an actual board game.
Yeah, it's an actual board game. I'm wondering if I can. Yeah, it's called Success. It kind of looks like Monopoly.
Yeah.
But grow your wealth and make an impact is what it's for. So I can, I'll send a link out to the group. Also, bring it up, maybe at our Monday's meeting of our youth council to see if this is something that they would be interested in. I mean, you brought up, have kind of like a Monopoly party or whatever, but,
I love the idea of like life-size Monopoly or life-size this board game, where people are like up moving around, they're interacting with different
Yeah.
people. They see adults being silly, I'm imagining, because they're dressed up like board game characters.
oh my.
But like something that's fun for adults and kids and interactive. But I love the idea of a game. Scavenger hunt style.
Mhm.
We also need to talk about dates, you know what I'm saying? Because we want to do this. We don't want to just keep pushing it out, talking about it. So, I mean, when is it that we,
When is Summerfest this year?
when is Summerfest, Mary?
July 19th. Oh, sorry, July 19th. And everyone's welcome. I know we're full for vendors, but of course, this group will always have a place. So you're probably all on the list anyway. If not, you should be.
Yeah, that's why it should be on my calendar.
Yeah. But we'll have a big city booth area too. So if we needed to lay something out in or near there, we can make that happen. We know people.
Well, I think just for our planning of our event for the youth, the Lakewood's Promise Summer event for the youth. I'd like to start picking a timeline on that. Yeah.
Yeah, I live off of my calendar. If it's not on my calendar, it doesn't happen.
So I guess would the best time to be doing something like that, it closer to the start of school, because then families are back from vacation? Or is it something, I don't know, you tell.
There's never gonna be a good time. You just
Yeah.
gotta,
Yeah.
you just gotta jump in and
You
do
just
it.
gotta give us enough time to plan.
There's
it.
always gonna be a time when someone's busy or working or on
Right.
vacation, and
What-
part of me thinks though, like if you have a advertisement at Summerfest where it's like, oh, play one thing of the game, and then come and learn more, like, I don't know, some other time.
Shannon,
Yeah.
I know that the pavilion is a great space to probably do that activity because you've got indoor, outdoor, plaza, defined area, etc. There is going to be, I think, a 2-week break in the from the farmers market. Like maybe the week before, the week after, or something around Summerfest. So that could maybe, and the reason I say that is because we'll be doing summer concerts after the farmers market, during the farmers market, so to speak. So that could be a Tuesday night where the space is open. It's not a weekend, which is real challenging in the summer, I think, capturing folks because they escape.
Yeah.
But and then if you were to promote it at Summerfest, like a piece of it, and say, come back next week.
Ooh.
Do it, and then folks would, and double check with Sally and Lonnie regarding those dates. And it's probably also on the summer concert series schedule. But anyway, it's, you got to kind of capture people, not say come back 3.5 weeks later or 2 months later, but maybe it's how fun is this? Come back next week, because you get such a big crowd and lots of kids. It's kind of a tradition for young people to come and just hang out at Summerfest. So that could be something, a good way to capture that energy from local kids, Stillicum kids, homeschool kids, private school kids, but kids in the area.
Let's see. That's a great idea.
I got a million of them.
I know you do, Mary. Yes.
When is Summerfest again?
So it's the 19th. And so,
So July 22nd?
I mean, July, there is a farmer's market on the 22nd. Do you know when the 2-week break is, Mary?
I'm muted. I think it is the week after. What are you looking at right now, Shannon?
Oh, I'm looking at my calendar and I see that Nikki put out, but maybe that's just
I think she probably just put it every week. So why don't you, let me pull up I'll look on the city's website. I could probably grab that faster than you right now. Let me look and see what we have for the summer concert series, because that will tell me. It says
There's not one on July 22nd.
Nope, there's not one. Okay.
July 22nd.
I think
So it must be the week. There's July 8th and then July 29th.
so. Carrie
Yeah.
just verified there is not one on the 22nd. So
Or July 15th. That's the week leading up to.
Yeah, I think it's the week, because we'll be setting up for Summerfest and then people are just trash afterwards. So we need to give them a break after 12-hour days in a row. So
Yeah.
So, I mean, go ahead, Mary.
I was just gonna say that summer concerts are Tuesday, June 17th and through August 19th. Looking at your little card.
We could also do it Thursday. I mean, that's also a day of the week. But you know what? Families might take off on a Thursday. I don't know.
Again, we just have to pick a date.
That's
I'm
true.
following Carrie.
I mean, because yeah.
I like
Some kids-
Thursday.
And some families won't go on vacation all summer long.
Yeah.
So
So what about July 24th?
That works.
We want to set July 24th for our summer.
you'll need to check with Nikki on availability, because there's some stuff happening there, but we know that the Tuesdays are booked out. So, but the 24th could work too. I don't have that right now.
Okay, I will check with, I'll check with Vicky on that. I mean, Nikki on that, see if the pavilion is available. Okay. So July 24th is a tentative date. I like it.
Should it,
Yes, ma'am.
I just feel like, should we do something where the adults can do something off to the side? They drop their kids, they do something, and then the adults also have something. I know that's gonna be a lot. But it also
Maybe
helps.
the proponent to take a walk around the lake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Or
could
maybe-
have, maybe find someone from Pierce College or, Clover Park. They have a good environmental education program. There could be someone that does native plants, invasive plants. They could talk about fish. They could talk about birds. It could be a little adult walk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Something, because then somebody's raising their hand. Alicia, is that you?
I think Julie,
Julie?
I think you have to. Maybe not. Because she's an attendee and not a panelist anymore.
She's in her car on the phone, but she's probably saying, "I love that idea. I'll connect you with someone amazing." Oh, got a hand.
Thank you.
That's exactly right, Mary. As long as they're around in the summer, but I've got a couple faculty who do that kind of stuff. So yeah, the date again, you'll send us the date and everything, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Great, thanks.
I also think it's a possibility that they could play the game too.
I do too.
Like they don't have to play it with their kid, but if people are doing like in small groups, or buddies, we can pair people.
Elijah, what do you think about this before we go crazy?
I know.
Can you remind me? Sorry.
Just that, like, if parents or adults stayed and played the game too, but separate from you,
Separate as in
they played their own game
like
at their own pace.
Financial literacy, remind them of the topic.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I'm just,
And I don't think we have
Students
to-
are wanting to get away from their parents.
Yeah. And then their parents are just going to drop them off and not want to stay anyway.
That's what I'm thinking. A lot of times parents like, oh, good, I get 2 hours on my own. I'm gonna go have a coffee and read a book. I mean,
Yeah.
but we can offer something.
Yeah.
That's,
Stay if you want, play the game.
Yeah.
And I don't think we have to make decisions about that now, but
No.
I do think it's nice for people, if they came and they don't have anything to do, to also feel included. Like maybe we have some
Absolutely.
day of ways to engage whoever shows up, right? So,
Yep.
or maybe we put them at one of the stations and they're helping, their day of volunteers. Yeah.
Oh, I like
that's
that.
nice.
So what I'm hearing is in our planning, we want to talk
Include
about
the
the adults
parents,
and
yeah.
what they, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I like it.
Let's get the whole family.
Oh,
It's almost, it is
That's- I mean,
8:20.
that's, for our planning, I think having a date is.
Or a
huge.
tentative date where
Or
we
a
check
tentative
if
date,
with
and I
availability.
will check after this with Nikki to see if the pavilion is available. If it is, I got it, and I'll let everybody know that July 24th will be our date. And then we will work on the marketing and the format, the activities. That's exciting.
Yeah, and I liked how Banner talked about, because he has his degree in physical education and he actually made it physical, like
Yeah.
those field games and that Monopoly and your life-size Monopoly kind of thing. I like to move away from Monopoly and the original Monopoly where it actually had the financial literacy that we're talking about instead of the big, oppressive Monopoly that is all about making a lot of money and not caring about the people around you. But yeah, to that point, I know my brain just goes there. So, yeah.
Good. So this is, and I think, we all only meet in a room once a month. That's not gonna be great for planning purposes.
Can we double?
So let's do a subgroup who'd like to, maybe 4 of us jump on some sort of subgroup to start really planning and then reporting back. Obviously, I would be on that. Alice? Need a youth on there?
Well, maybe because the day that you guys are planning, I'm gonna be up to Canada.
Oh,
What's that? Say that again?
you're gonna be in Canada.
I'm gonna be in Canada
Oh.
for the last 2 weeks of July.
Oh, so maybe that's not a good date.
Well, again, I mean,
Oh,
we have to plan, you know.
I
there's-
know,
Yeah.
but this,
I mean,
you might be one of our leaders for the next year.
Part of this.
It was your idea. Well, why don't you look at pavilion dates?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we can come up with, is that the option? Or are there other options that we want to?
And then maybe
look at.
August. What was wrong with August?
Well, we want to be, I like Mary's
Just that it's far away
idea
from
of
Summerfest.
capitalizing on
Oh,
the
okay.
audience that you
Oh.
have at Summerfest and
Okay.
not getting it too far out because it'll still be stuck in their head, even though we will do we'll have registers, we'll do a phone tree of calling. But I think you're right. It is important that Elijah is able to be
The
there.
17th of July?
We want.
That's
it to
2 days
be-
before Summerfest.
We want it to. be
Oh, okay.
after,
I'm
so-
sorry.
When do you
I
come
don't
back
remember
from Canada?
Summerfest.
Gone
It's on the
the
19th.
last 2 weeks of July.
If I come back. Well, straight after Canada, I'm gonna be gone for like 3 days for camping. So I'm gonna be like, I'll be busy until like the second week of August.
Gotcha. So. I think
August 7th would be too late.
probably. He's gonna be gone for 2 weeks. Well, let's. I don't want to put you on the spot, but this. Would you be terribly disappointed if the event happened while you were gone? Are you sure?
I'll be fine. I can help plan.
You can
I
help
just
plan,
Probably
right,
won't be in attendance.
in attendance. Okay.
That was dumb. Sorry, Elijah.
But I do think there is something to be said for capitalizing on the energy of Summerfest.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes finding little groups of people and for those people to bring their people also, you'll result in a lot of people showing up. So I think there's other options too if it's necessary. I would like to help in the planning. Once CIS has a community engagement manager hired, a new one, I'd like that person to help plan because their job will be eventy things. But for now, I'd like to participate.
Okay.
So
All right. What is their title? You're a.
community
Program
engagement manager. Yeah.
Do you have candidates already? You're in the process?
No.
Okay.
Early stages.
Oh, okay.
We just lost the person right before our breakfast, which was
planning
their
for the
event.
event.
So we just we're like,
All right. We got it down here.
Okay, so, we have 5 minutes left. Supporting, next steps, continue discussion of supporting, enhancing youth serving agencies. I think maybe with that is,
Board member update.
huh? What's that?
Oh, I was saying, or you can do board member updates, but
Okay, yeah, we can table that and go to the updates.
does anybody up top have any important updates, organizational updates? You want to share? No on Megan's part. Deputy Mayor Moss?
I would just share that the city council is busy getting ready to start interviewing for our next city manager, which I hate to say
Oh,
to
yeah.
John. So we can start the reviews on that next week. Other than that, we have a LMCC board meeting at 9 o'clock. And everything is just seemed to be going really good for the summer, but we're having the same issue. Everybody's busy doing other things, and so the attendances are down. I'm trying to find someone that's going to help us because I want to get involved with the community, the dancing in the street events and stuff like that. But getting the support to be there to help with the booth and stuff is a challenge. So I can't sign up in advance until I get the commitment. So that's one of our discussions for today.
Oh, for LMCC.
Mm-hmm. But as far as the council going, everything seems to be going well. We've got people now that are I think all of the positions on the council that's going to be open after the end of December, they have people that are planning to run for those positions. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Yay.
Unfortunately, Denise wasn't able to support Shannon.
I know, Mayor. I'm so sorry, Deputy Mayor Moss. I know we both thought that would have been a great idea, and I know she very much appreciated you thinking of her and reaching out to her.
Yeah.
That meant a lot.
A lot of people would have supported her because they loved her presentation at the gala.
Oh,
Yeah.
darn it.
It was awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you.
maybe one day. Maybe
Yes.
one day we'll see her up there.
Yeah.
Denise Nicole Franklin is one of our Clover Park, Community Services Advisory Board members, but she was also one of the original youth council. And Dr. Claudia Thomas was a mentor of hers, and her story is incredible. She also works Palmer Scholars, lives in the Tillicum neighborhood in one of the Habitat houses. So Mary had thought about her to take her seat. But life is busy right now. So
Yeah.
anyway, anybody else with board updates? Carrie? Anything for you on CISL other than having an incredible breakfast?
I know, and now we have to, yeah, make progress on all the other things like hiring community engagement manager. We're trying to finalize summer plans, leaders of change for rising seniors at Clover Park High School. And planning some summer things in Franklin Pierce School District as well. So we're just trying to finalize summer stuff, like summer is here. And planning for next year. So I don't know, that's my update.
Cool.
Too many things, I think.
Alice?
All right, well, May is mental health awareness. And so we have a mental health counselor doing a session for folks. It's going to be a stressful time, and it'll be interactive with some tools for folks to take away. So I'll send you the flyer for that. All right, anybody else? Any other updates? If not, we can adjourn at 8:29.
1 minute early, guys. Look at us.
All right, everybody.
How do you like me now?
Thank you
Take
so
care,
much.
all.
It's good to see you all.
Enjoy your weekend.